many are there?
A pack of them.
You can't beat a pack of alphas.
They're too fast for us. They're too strong. Too rabid.
Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to talk about the MTV television series by the name of Teen Wolf. I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon Season 3, Episode 1 titled Tattoo, or you can just call it Episode 25. And without any further ado, let's go and get to it, shall we? So just so you guys know, this is actually my first time watching Teen Wolf live on MTV. I have seen both seasons now, but I didn't previously watch them live. I actually caught up with them just last year in 2012 through Netflix. I marathon both seasons 1 and 2 through Netflix, and now I found out when season 3 came on, and I was like, now that I've watched both seasons 1 and 2 on Netflix, I thought, why not watch it live on TV? So like I said, it's my first time watching the series live. And let's talk about season 3, episode 1. What happened? Well, pretty much as always, it takes place right after the events of season 2, and all these major spoilers coming up if you haven't seen the rest of the series. So if you haven't, make sure you watch the episodes, because I'm gonna talk about my thoughts on episode 1 titled Tattoo for Teen Wolf. Anyway, so pretty much what we have is all these new alpha werewolves have been introduced, and pretty much what the main gist, and I can already see where the series is gonna go, is we have all these alpha werewolves have been introduced, and it seems that the main, I forget his name, but the main alpha werewolf, kind of the leader of these alphas, wants to convince Derek's character to kill one of his own wolves and his wolf pack, and that's pretty much the plot of this season as a whole. He's trying to convince Derek to kill a member of his own wolf pack. And that's pretty cool, because in Teen Wolf, we've only had, just a few people were werewolves in the first few seasons. But now in season 3, all of these new alpha werewolves are introduced, so we have all these great characters, and in this episode, one of the werewolves ends up being killed. It seems like, I'm guessing she's dead. One of the werewolves ends up being killed. Another werewolf pack, one of our main characters, ends up being kidnapped. And it seems that a few others have also been kidnapped. So several of our main wolf pack have already been captured and kidnapped by the alpha werewolves. And the alpha werewolves pretty much just want to cause destruction. That's pretty much what the main plot of Season 3, Episode 1, titled Tattoo, for the MTV original television series by the name of Teen Wolf. Overall, my thoughts and opinions on episode 1. What a way to kick off the series. I mean, just great action scenes overall. I mean, let's talk about some of the action. It starts off, you can really see that they got really ambitious. I mean, I thought the changes from season 1 to changes season 2 were big, but because in season 2 it opens up with like him running, like as fast as a car, like on all 4 of his legs as he's running to his girlfriend's house, like from house to house and stuff. Well, season 3 opens up with like this motorcycle scene where these two twin alpha werewolves are like running, and like Freddy style, Freddy Krueger style, they're like slashing up against the motorcycle trying to make it crash. They take off their shirts in slow motion and like jump off into each other and morph into like this crazy, this crazy werewolf. And that was a great scene. I really liked that. Extremely over the top, but in a series like Teen Wolf, I didn't even care, because it was just so awesome seeing these two twin alpha werewolves, all of a sudden take their, shirts off and, morph into like this big werewolf and then just cause destruction. And the two characters, they go to school, and it seems that one of our main characters has an attraction to one of them, so you can see a little romance brewing there. And of course, our two main characters, Scott McCall, and I can't remember the girl's name, but the girl he's always with. Well, they're not dating, they broke up in the last episode, and they're still not dating yet. They're having like, some problems in the relationship. They decided, not to date. She's not a hunter anymore, but it seems that, as you can tell through the promo, as the series goes on, she's going to become a hunter again, even though her and her father, made an oath that they wouldn't. There's also another great scene besides that scene where all these animals are starting to kill themselves because they're afraid of something, and it was obvious, in this episode you find out that they're afraid of the alpha werewolves. There's a great scene of like a deer running and hitting a car. There's another great scene like all these birds flying and like breaking through the window. So all these animals are afraid of the alpha werewolves. And then towards the end, these alpha werewolves are actually introduced, and you see some great fight scenes with the alpha werewolves throwing each other around. And our villain he wears sunglasses, and I'm not for sure if he's actually blind, or if it's just part of his character, or if he's just acting like he's blind. But he acts like he's a blind guy, and he gets in the elevator with Scott McCall. Little does Scott McCall, our main werewolf, even know that he is the leader of the alpha werewolves, and he seems like he's going to be a really cool villain. I really enjoyed last season's villain. He was the Scott McCall's girlfriend's like grandfather or grandpa, I believe, and I really enjoyed him as a villain. He was a great villain. Yes, as most villains do, he died off in the last episode, but he was just a great villain. Some great justice was to his character, and I think that season 3, the villain, I forget his name, but he seems like he's going to be just as cool as the last villain in season 2. And then season 1, the villain was pretty much her father trying to hunt our main werewolf down. So season 3, episode 1, titled Tattoo, was a really great episode. Some great action scenes. The acting was really good overall. The acting's, as always, it's above average for this series. And there's some nice, funny scenes. I forget the guy's name, but Scott McCall's sidekick character. He's always got some really nice, funny scenes that are with him. I always like, I like how this series intertwines, horror concepts, and then it gives you some romance concepts. It gives you some drama concepts. So it intertwines, a few different things. And I just liked how, this season seems to have a different feel to it. They're like giving it like an action flair. They're amping everything up. It's the first episode of season 3 is extremely bloody. People are getting killed. The blood's flinging on the lockers. I mean, season 3, episode 1, season 3 has kicked off with a bang. The action's great. The acting's great. There's going to be some really cool alpha werewolf characters. And I'm sure they're going to introduce some kind of cool concept too. The last time it was that lizard character that was introduced, and that was kind of the main concept of the season 2. And I'm sure season 3 is going to introduce something really cool, symbology too. My only really, it's not really a complaint. It's just kind of, I guess, something that they had to do. One of our characters in the show, he turned into a werewolf in the last episode of season 2, I believe. And the season 2 led up to him being turned into a werewolf, and I was thinking there was going to be like a little, fight between him and Scott McCall. Well, his character, I guess, was written out of the series, and I think it's for reasons he could not return in season 3, for reasons I don't know. And his character is now in London, I believe. And it was the red-haired girl's, jock boyfriend. I liked his character a lot. He was really cool how he transformed into a werewolf. I liked his character a lot. And it seems he was written out of the show to go to London. I don't know if his character is going to return. It'd be really cool if he did return, but I don't know for sure. Anyways, great action, great characters, great werewolf and horror scenes overall. Anyways, that's pretty much my thoughts and opinions over episode 25, season 3, of the MTV original television series with the name of Teen Wolf, the episode titled Tattoo. Unlike previous seasons, this season is going to have a total of 24 episodes, where the previous seasons only had 12, so they're going to split it up into 2 different runnings. I'm guessing it's going to run from now until probably, the beginning of August or something like that, or mid-August, and then it'll probably pick back up later on in the year or early next year probably, and then air the rest of the series. Hopefully that character comes back in the second half of season 3. That way I can see him again. But if he didn't, not a huge deal, because this season is already looking awesome. Anyways, once again, thanks for watching the video by Centipede Geek for my MTV television series review of the series called Teen Wolf for episode 25, titled Tattoo. Once again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the page below, and I'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.